So once you upload the image into the ChatGPT, you can click on it and to see the zoomed-in version. So we have a sun right here taking in power on this solar panel, and then there's a small data center here.
That's exactly what they look like.
Yeah, GPU racks. Oh. I'm going to this prompt, and yeah, this is essentially asking for that. So let me hit go, and the model will think for seconds. Thinking, only 10 seconds. It's a simple problem. So let's see if how the model did it. So power input. So first of all, this 1 gigawatt, that was only drawn in the paper. So the model was able to pick that up nicely. It continues to the analysis, and there's a whole bunch of things, and then found out the area, which is 2.42 million square meters. The model did a great job making nice, consistent assumptions that make the required area as little as possible. And so, yeah, so this is the demonstration of the multimodal reasoning.
Explore is the place for inspiration. It's a feed of videos shared by the community where everyone can come together and explore the capabilities of this powerful new model. And we know that these models, especially the first time you use them, it can be hard to understand just everything that you can do with them. So creating a space where people can come together, learn, share techniques, share methods, felt really exciting, but also really important to us. And so you can see just scrolling through here, you can be inspired by all of these amazing videos. And I saw one up here. If you see one that's particularly interesting to you, you can click into it and view it in a lightbox. And at the bottom of this lightbox, it'll show you the exact method that was used to create this video. Whether it's simple text prompt, an image extension, video extension, or one of our other more powerful creative tools, you can take this methodology and learn how to incorporate it into your own creative workflow.
Let's say woolly mammoths walking through a desert landscape. Let's maybe make it a wide shot. Cool. Before we fire this off, I want to touch on some of the options you'll see down here. Aspect ratio. So Sora can generate from horizontal aspect ratios to square to vertical. It can generate in resolutions from 480p up to 1080p. It can generate from 5 seconds up to 20-second videos. And you can also generate multiple variations at once. So you might not know exactly what you want out of this description. And Sora might take in a couple different directions. Variations let you see a couple of options. We'll do a 4-video variation here. And last but not least, there's presets. Sometimes you might find an aesthetic or style that you really love, and you want to capture that in a reusable component and apply it to a ton of generations. You can do that. You can create your own. We have a couple defaults here: stop motion, balloon world. That's a crazy one. Highly recommend it. But let's fire off this gen.
Amazing.
Pretty good. Pretty good. So here we can hover over our variations of this generation, kind of get a feel for which one we might like best. And then we can continue to refine this with Sora.
And I'll tell you a little bit about Storyboard. At the top of the screen, you see the Storyboard cards. This is where you'll describe the environment, the characters, and the actions you want to occur at a particular point in your video. Below that is the timeline. You can see the outline of my entire clip, and this is where I'll sequence the actions in my video. And then below that is the creation settings that Rohan just went over. So I'll pop back up to the storyboard, and I'll set my first storyboard card in the scene. So I'll say, a beautiful white crane stands in a creek. Let's give it a yellow tail. Stands in a creek. So I'll come down to my timeline, and I can click anywhere within the outline of my clip to add an additional card and give Sora those actions. So I'll come up here, and I'll say, the crane dips its head into the water and pulls out a fish. So looking back at my timeline, I can now see at the start of my timeline, I've set the scene, and then at 5 seconds, the crane will dip its head into the water. And you'll notice that there's space between these two cards within the outline of my clip. That space is important for Sora to connect this first set of actions with the second set of actions. I can always adjust where I want these actions to occur, but giving Sora adequate time to connect these ideas is really important if you want a continuous shot. You can also have it make cinematic cuts by moving them closer, or move them further away and let Sora do even more filling in of the details. So I'll move this back to 5 seconds, and I'll fire it off. So here, let's pop into one of these, and we can see. All right, so we see about halfway through, my crane is dipping its head into the water. You can see if it grabs a fish. Oh, looks like it missed on that one. You can review another one of these too. But you see that Sora has taken my direction, and it's done a pretty good job at understanding exactly where it wants to go.
I have an essay here that I've been working on titled Santa's Sleigh, Exploring the Role of Dark Energy in Reindeer Propulsion. I'm going to copy this from my, from my text editor and paste it into the prompt area in ChatGPT. Because I put in a substantial amount of text, we now have a new button in the upper right that says Open in Canvas. If I click this, the content from the prompt is put into the canvas, and this is the same editable surface that Lee was demonstrating.
So could you like bold that title maybe?
Yeah, so I can go in here and make a change if I wanted to before I send it off to ChatGPT. ChatGPT, can you leave some comments on my essay from the perspective of my physics professor?
Nice. OK, so maybe it's going to give you some like technical tips.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see what it comes back with. But previously, it would be hard to connect what the feedback ChatGPT is giving you to your own work because it would all be inline in the chat. But now with Canvas, ChatGPT is able to select specific portions of your work and leave comments inline, which makes it really easy to connect what the suggestions are to your work. So I like this comment. You may elaborate briefly on why dark energy is mysterious to provide context. I'm going to say we don't know, why the universe expands, and we don't know why Santa is so fast in his sleigh. I'm curious about these. Cool.
The mysteries of the universe.
The mysteries of the universe. And paste it into ChatGPT. I see the same Open in Canvas button. I click that, and now I have a canvas open, but this time it's actually a code editor. So ChatGPT has recognized that this is Python code. I get Python syntax highlighting, and even some basic autocomplete.
Nice.
I know this code isn't working, so I'm going to ask ChatGPT, can you help me debug this code? What might be going wrong? ChatGPT sees the code, looks like it identifies that plot.label does not exist in matplotlib. It provides an example corrected code. We could trust this and take it back locally, but one of the new features we want to demonstrate today is the ability to actually run your Python code within Canvas. So in the upper right, we have this button titled Run. Let's see if ChatGPT finishes. We'll click Run and see what happens. Click Run, and it looks like right away, actually, we see that label is not defined. So ChatGPT was correct about that. We see the exception. And right away, anything in the console is shown to ChatGPT. So ChatGPT sees this exception, and it actually leaves a comment on it. And it looks like this corroborates what
The
ChatGPT
error occurs
expected in
because
the chat.
label is not a valid function in matplotlib. You might likely use title instead.
So now that I have this thing up, there's a couple things that you want to pay attention to. Once you get the iPhone, the first thing is that you have to enable Apple Intelligence. So we'll go into Settings, and we will go right into Apple Intelligence and Siri. I'll enable Apple Intelligence, which I have already, and then as I scroll down, the new ChatGPT extension is now available.
So cool, that says ChatGPT.
When we open it up, you're going to be able to enable ChatGPT, log into your account. In this case, I'm already logged in. And then there's also this option for you to confirm ChatGPT requests. So anytime, as Dave mentioned, Siri thinks, hey, this is a good idea to ask ChatGPT, it will prompt you to do so before you send your information over. And then you'll also have access to the app, which you can update, install, or open directly from here.
Right here, we've got Apple Intelligence enabled, and new in macOS 15.2 Sequoia that we didn't have before is the ChatGPT extension. So just like on the iPhone or iPad, you can use this fully anonymous or with an account. We've got here an account that we have linked. And what's really cool is now that I've enabled Apple Intelligence, I can invoke Siri or writing tools from just about any application. And it's super easy to invoke Siri. So I've disabled Hey Siri so that all of the MacBooks and iPhones in this room don't go off at once. But you can type to Siri now. So if you either click on the little Siri icon on the top right, or hit the Command key twice, it brings up the little Siri prompt.
That's really cool.
And again, like anytime Siri thinks, ooh, this is a complex task, maybe I should get ChatGPT's help with it, it'll hand it off, it'll ask for confirmation, but then get the help of our super powerful models to make it happen.
There we go. All right, so you can see as we go into, there's now a couple more buttons on the bottom left. In particular, there's this video button. And so here we are. And I'm going to introduce myself. Hey, Chet, I'm Kevin. I lead product at OpenAI.
Hi, Kevin. It's great to meet you. What can I help you with today?
Well, I'd love to introduce you to a few of my colleagues. Does that sound good?
Sure, I'd love to meet them.
All right.
Hey, Chat. I'm Michelle, and I'm an engineer on the Chatgpt multimodal team.
Hi, Michelle. It's nice to meet you. An engineer on the Chatgpt multimodal team? That sounds exciting.
It is. Thanks.
Hi, Chat. I'm Jackie, and I'm the product lead for Chatgpt Multimodal.
Hi, Jackie. It's great to meet you, too. Sounds like you're all working on some really cool projects.
We really are.
Hey, ChatGPT. I'm Rowan. I'm a researcher here at OpenAI on multimodal.
Hi, Rowan. It's nice to meet you. Multimodal research sounds fascinating.
All right, and now I want to see if you remember the folks that you met. So can I give you a quick quiz?
Sure, I'm ready for a quiz.
All right. What was the name of my colleague that was wearing the reindeer antlers?
That would be Michelle.
All right. And how about the name of my colleague that was wearing the Santa hat?
That would be Rowan.
All right. Good work. You're 2 for 2. You get an A. Thanks, chat.
Thanks, Kevin. This was fun. Let me know if there's...
We are so excited to start the rollout of video and screen share in advanced voice today.
Yeah, so now you can chat with ChatGPT over video and voice together in real time. You can ask for help, troubleshoot, or use it to learn something new. So in fact, I'm going to try testing it out right now. I'm going to have it teach me how to make pour-over coffee. So I'm going to grab a couple of materials here, grab this and that, and then I'm going to fire up a new conversation with ChatGPT and hit the advanced voice mode icon on the lower right. And then once it connects, I'll share my video. Hey, Chat, how's it going?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I see you're wearing a Santa hat.
I am, and do you see what I have in front of me?
Yes, I see a coffee setup with a kettle and a dripper. Are you planning to make some coffee?
I'd love to. Do you think you could walk me through the steps?
Sure, I'd love to. First, place a filter in the dripper and rinse it with hot water to eliminate any papery taste. This also warms up the dripper and the mug.
Great. So then what do I do?
Next, you'll add your ground coffee to the filter, usually about 2 tablespoons for every 6 ounces of water. Then you'll gently pour a small amount of hot water onto the grounds to let them bloom for about 30 seconds.
Great, thanks. What's bloom?
Blooming allows the coffee to release gas and enhances the flavor. After blooming, slowly pour the rest of the hot water in a circular motion. Keep the water level consistent and let it drip through the coffee grounds into your mug.
Cool, that sounds great. I'll do the pouring now.
Awesome. Take your time and pour slowly. This helps the water extract the coffee evenly for better flavor.
Anything I could be doing different or better about my technique?
Your technique looks good. Just keep a steady, gentle pour and make sure the coffee grounds remain evenly saturated. You're doing great so far.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It looks like you're almost done.
Cool. So in addition to sharing your phone camera, you can also share what's on your screen. So to test that out, I'm going to start a new conversation, hit the advanced voice mode icon, and then go into this little drop-down menu and hit Share Screen. Once I start the broadcast, now ChatGPT will see what I'm showing it. And in fact, I'd like to use it to ask for help in responding to a message. So I'm opening up my Messages app, and then, hey, ChatGPT, are you seeing my screen?
Yes, I can see it. looks like you're in the Messages app. How can I help?
Can you help me respond to this one? Or what are you seeing here, first off?
I see a message from someone asking if they have what it takes to be a professional mall Santa. They also sent a picture of themselves dressed up. Do you want to respond to their question?
I'd like some help in doing that. So how should I tell Kevin that, kindly, of course, that he shouldn't quit his day job?
You could say something like, "Hey, Kevin, your Santa outfit is looking festive. Maybe keep practicing your ho ho ho, and you'll be ready for the mall in no time."
I'm going to create a new project. So you just go to the left sidebar there and click plus. And then let's do live demo, Friday the 13th.
What could possibly go wrong?
All right, let's see. Here we go. OK, we're in. So I've created a project here. I can edit the project title if I want. I can select a nice color, which helps me like customize it in the sidebar there. And then I can add files or instructions like Kevin mentioned, and I can just start a chat. So let's say yes or no, should I deploy code to production on Friday?
It's a great question.
Yeah, it's really, OK, so this is important. Sometimes the model can be wrong, and we're just going to move on with it. Obviously, we can and should and will ship code today. So anyway, that's how you create a chat with a project. You can also add existing chats to a project. So I can use the conversation search feature that Thomas mentioned. Search for a chat I think is relevant here, Murphy's Law explained. And then I can add it to the project from the sidebar, live demo, and there, just like that, it's in there. I can also drag and drop. Excuse me. I can also drag and drop out. Looking great.
Perfect.
So if you go to chatgpt.com, or if you go to the iOS or iPhone app or Android app, all the platforms, you can just start searching right from the main composer bar, this area where it says message ChatGPT. So I'm going to show what it looks like to search in ChatGPT. So you just start typing a query that you might type into a traditional search engine. So let's say, what are some good events in San Francisco this weekend? So as you type that, if I hit the enter button here or press send, ChatGPT will automatically decide whether this question requires up-to-date information from the web. So it can automatically determine that. However, we also added this search the web icon. So if you explicitly click this button, ChatGPT will always use the latest up-to-date information from the web. So let's give it a shot. OK, so it's searching the web, and you get back an answer. And you're going to see rich visual images and lists here in a way directly in ChatGPT.
Oh, let's check out Let's Glow SF.
Yes, so Let's Glow SF, or let's see what else you have here, some SantaCon.
SantaCon.
Yeah, so if you see here, you go to Fun Cheap SF, it'll actually show you where it's coming from. So you can just go out to the website that you want to get to. And if you click here, you can also see the rich visual image, and you can go see all the other ones as well. To show me the trailer for the new Lion King movie. I actually don't remember the name of it, so let's see what we get. So here we scroll down, we get great rich visual images, Mufasa, the Lion King from Disney. And right within ChatGPT, you can just start playing the video. So we're really just making the ChatGPT experience that you know better with up-to-date information from the web. So we send, and what ChatGPT will do is it'll go out and it'll look at the web to find the best restaurants in the mission. OK. That's pretty standard, but what you can see now is directly within ChatGPT, you're going to have a rich visual list of images and businesses and up-to-date hours. So let's say I click on La Taqueria. You can actually see all the information, directions, websites, call, and descriptions of the business, open hours, and more. So it's the type of search that really ChatGPT does super well. And if you click the map button here, you can also see all of these businesses right in the iPhone app with the native Apple Maps as well, and click around. So a fully native Apple Maps experience right here with ChatGPT's intelligence.
So go to your phone, go to your Contacts app, the name is ChatGPT, and the number is 1-800-ChatGPT.
So I'm gonna grab an iPhone and I'll open up my contacts. So you can see I have all my contacts in here, and as Kevin mentioned, I have 1-800-ChatGPT.
Oh, you got the number there.
Yep, and I have the number 1-800-242-8478, and I'm going to click into that.
Hello again. It's ChatGPT, an AI assistant. Our conversation may be reviewed for safety. How can I help you?
Hey chat, I'm on a road trip with Kevin and Antonia, and we're on the 280 highway between San Jose and San Francisco, and there's this really colorful house with domes that we're curious if you can help us figure out what it is.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Those sound like the famous Flintstone house in Hillsboro near San Francisco.